Beach, please. Beach, please. Beach, please. All right, let's do makeup. So excited. So, one of the key things, and one thing that you always have to remember, one of the best things to makeup, one of the things you have to always do, and it's the most important step, you have to moisturize. If you don't moisturize, your face becomes cakey and it gets gross and it just doesn't look good. So you have to moisturize. I use this one, it's called Simple. This one is mine. It did not come in one of my subscription boxes. I just put a little bit on my fingers, rub it into my skin a little bit, and then I rub it on my face. That way I don't get too much product on my, like directly on my face. That way I am not overly doing it, because too much moisturizer is also a thing that is not good for your skin. I mean, you can't always rub it off too. You can always put it onto your arms, wherever else. But I mean, if you're spending a lot of money on moisturizer, you don't want to waste it either. Next thing that I'm gonna do, since I've been sick lately, my lips have been super dry, so I am going to also put on, I just have Burt's Bees, like I said, this is also mine, but I'm gonna put it on my lips, because later when I put it on my lipstick, it's going to be very angry because my lips are very dry. So I'm just gonna put this on now, so it has a little bit of time to sit, and then I'm gonna put the rest of my makeup on. So now that we're moisturized and ready to go, we're gonna step on to the next step. So the next step is going to be your foundation. So this part is going to be different for me than it would be for you. Now, I don't really use a traditional foundation. Sometimes I will. Right now I'm just lacking in that department because I don't have one. I normally do, but I just looked at my drawers and I don't know where it is. So I have a tinted moisturizer. This is sometimes what I will use in lieu of my foundation. So it just adds a little bit of coverage all over my skin. It also moisturizes your skin, but it's what I use. So, but I'm going to use my foundation brush, which I did get this one in one of my boxes, and I love this brush, so I'm going to use this. You always want to move in an upward motion. You never want to move in a downward motion. If you're moving in a downward motion, you know you're doing a wrong thing, because you are going to, you're moving in the wrong direction of your face, because then you're pulling against the skin and you are creating, you're dragging across your face, and you're going to create wrinkles and things in your face, which is not good. Think of facelift, what people go to the doctor and pay for. There you go. There is my foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the cap back on my little guy here. And go like that. So the next step is going to be, normally from here, I will go ahead and I will do my brows. So this is a product that I actually got with my Boxy charm. I have never used it before, so I'm a little nervous to use this just because I've never used it before. I don't know how this is gonna go, but let's see. So No, it's not gonna happen. Okay. We attempted. This, if I had my brown hair, this would be awesome. I do, however, like the brush out that it does give you. You know, if I'm gonna go grab the lighter color that I do have. We are going to do it with that one, but we tried. You know, we tried. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So I went ahead and I wiped off the mess that I had made. I grabbed the pencil that I had. I have Anastasia Beverly Hills, love her, but I have it's caramel, so it's a little bit lighter. It's not quite as dark. Hopefully this works a little bit better. I mean, this is what I normally use. It's still a little bit darker than my blonde would like, but it's not quite as hot and in your face. So I'm just gonna use this one. And really, I'm not filling in anywhere that my brows aren't already. I'm really just following where they are already. I'm just adding color on top of them so that it just makes them stand out just a little bit more. And that's it for your eyebrows. Hey. So that's it for that. So that's how you do your eyebrows. It's kind of crazy that this is caramel and the other one was dark brown, and this is not anywhere light at all, but that one was like black. It's ridiculous. So anyway, that's eyebrows. So the next step that we're going to move on to now is going to be, what do we want to move on to? Eyelash curlers. So of course, obviously, they didn't provide these for me. I've had these forever. This is a Revlon that I probably got, I honestly don't even remember. I probably got this when I was in middle school or high school or something. I don't know. Oh, that sucks. I just dug my finger into my new freaking eyeshadow. You need to be careful with your makeup, because then you do stupid things like that. Dang it. Oh well. Well guys, the color's really pretty. Coming off on my stupid towel. I'm gonna use this makeup palette mirror to curl my eyelashes, because using this is not gonna work, so. And you don't really have to do this step. It just makes them look a little bit more curly. As you can tell, this one's not very curly. This one's a little more curly. Crazy eyes. Okay. And done. So, the next step now is going to be, I think I'm going to do my eyeshadow now. So I always do my eyeshadow first before I do my concealer, because my concealer always comes afterwards in case I get any transfer powder or anything underneath, because then I can clean it up with my concealer. Because otherwise then I'm putting on my concealer and then I do my eyeshadow and then I have to clean it up with more concealer. Then it just becomes a cakey hot mess and then it just doesn't look good anyway. So I always do that first. And then the powder with, you know, the highlight and the contour and everything else, that stuff comes afterwards for the same exact reason. You don't want to have to do your makeup twice because that's just silly. So we are going to do my eyeshadow. I am going to be using this Blink. It is a Electric Eyes palette. It is a really pretty palette that I actually got with my, I believe this came in one of the Boxy Charm palette, or Boxy Charm boxes. It has gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I'm in love with all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and use these colors. And then I'm also going to try and use, like I said, some of the Tarte colors as well. So I'm going to also use some of those Tarte colors in there that are going to be really pretty, probably for some more of the accent colors as well. But I'm going to be using those two colors. So let's go ahead and get started. I use this kind of brush. It is a compact brush, so this is kind of what I use. I am going to start off with this nice little color right there. It's the lightest color of the palette. And this palette is very, very pigmented, so I'm not going to use a whole lot of color because a little bit of color goes a very long way with this palette. So I'm going to go ahead and start in this crease over here, and I'm just going to go very lightly, go in the corner. You cannot see it very well in the camera, but I can see it very well in the thing. So I went ahead and got it in the crease, and you can see it in the camera, so it little shimmers there. Now I went ahead and I got a little bit more on my brush. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to lightly dab this along the top. This is going to be my brow bone color. So you do this at your brow bone because it accentuates your brow bone. And then you can go ahead and connect it from the bottom here, or from the top here, the bottom of your eyebrow, all the way down to where you did that crease, or right there in your crease right there. Just go all the way down to the bottom there. Just go ahead and brush it. Now I'm going to go to the other eye. And there you go for that color. Alright, and now we're going to move on to the next color. So now we're going to move on to one of the darker colors. Yeah, we're going to use this color right here. Get just a little bit of color on my brush. You can see colors on the brush. No color, color, so color. And see where that crease line is? You want this color to fall right there, right on your crease line right there. This is going to be your color right on the edge. And you just want it to fall right on that crease line. And you want to go to about the middle of your eye. Right where you see this arch, you want to go to right about there, where your eyebrow arches. And now try not to go in too far, but you can kind of fill in this color down here on the bottom to kind of just right there. So now you're going to repeat on the other side. And then sometimes, I know I tend to go out just a little bit more, so if you do, not a big deal. You just want to match them a little bit. So I tended to go out just a little bit outside that crease line. So I'm just going to go outside a little bit outside that crease line on this side, just to match myself on the other side. There you go for that color. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add, I think it needs just a little bit more of needs kind of a little bit more of an accent color. So we're gonna go ahead and add this kind of reddish color right there. I got a little bit on my brush. So this is the accent color, so we're gonna go ahead and put it right there. We're gonna put it right in the middle of the eye. Then we're gonna put a color on top of it. We're gonna repeat on the other side. Now we're gonna take this lighter color here in the middle. Lighter color, kind of lighten that up, put that right on top. Kind of lighten that red up that we just put on there. Do the same on the other side. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and add just this golden color. Just to right here. Just kind of give it a little bit of a gold touch there. And then because a lot of these colors kind of mix together and are kind of that neutrally color, we are now going to add kind of a darker color to it. And you know what? I'm not really in love with that red that we put on it. So we're also going to add a different color on top of it. And that's one of the biggest parts of makeup that I love so much, that you can just improvise and make it what you want it. We're going to take our new palette, so pretty. We're going to take this color, it's called Breezy, right there. And we are going to replace that kind of red with Breezy. There we go. Okay. And then one other color that we're going to add, just to kind of darken it up just a little bit, just to add just that kind of pop, we are going to add this Siren right here. It's this pretty color. We're going to add it just right in the crease line. Just like that. And then to the other side. And ta-da! There you have your eyeshadow. And so see, this is why I waited, because you can see all this transfer below of all the different eyeshadow colors. I'm gonna wipe off my brush. So now we can clean that up, and then we're gonna put our concealer right on top of it. Ta-da! Okay, next step is going to be concealer. This one might be a little light. I know I tried it earlier. My face is pretty light right now, so we'll just see how it goes. And now, if you do have any little blemishes, you want to make sure that you have those covered up as well. And there you go. So this is another thing that they didn't give me, so we're just going to use what I got. But this one, what you want to do, you want to use a lot of patting motions. If you spread, it's going to spread it thin, and then it's going to waste a lot of your products. But if you pat, it's going to leave the product in place, and it's just going to kind of pat it onto your face. I'm going to use my little mirror here, just to make sure that I'm getting it all. Gonna be honest, not too fond of this concealer. I am gonna go grab my other one, so I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. The concealer that they gave me is a little dry. It's leaving my face a little cakey. Like I said, I'm not too fond of it. I'm gonna use mine. I'm running pretty low on it, but I'm gonna use mine instead. I'm trying to use all their products. Some of them are some of them you win, some of them you lose. Most of them that I've used today though, I'm pretty in love with. Some of them have replaced my everyday makeup, so I really can't complain. So, you know, whatever, it is what it is. By the way, I'm putting it on my nose because you always highlight the brim of your nose. You contour the sides of your nose. I have a pretty big nose, so I just highlight the brim of my nose. I don't really normally contour the edges of my nose. I will a little bit, but again, always in an upward motion. And you don't ever want to apply too much pressure to this area. It is a very delicate area, so you want to be very careful. And then just to make sure that I don't have any brush marks or anything, I will use my finger to just kind of smudge out the makeup. Alright, and there you go. There you have it for that. So next step, moving on here. We are almost done. So we are moving on to, now I will go back to, right in front of me. So I will go back now and I will put a little bit more shadow, but this is only to complete the shadow look because I just finished with the concealer part. So now I will go back and I will take kind of a kind of lighter brown color. I'm going to use my new palette, but I'm going to take this color right here and I'm going to take kind of a little compact brush here, but I'm just going to kind of lightly tap, get a little bit of color on there, and I am going to line my lower waterline here. This is just to kind of complete the look, get a little bit of color on that bottom lower line, because I don't use eyeliner. It tends to run just too much for me and I look like I've been crying all day. Sorry, making my eye water a little bit, got a little bit in my actual eye. Whew, okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do it again to the other eye. But this actually stays on my eye and doesn't run, so it doesn't make me look like I am a crazy mess, like I've been crying all day. And I don't put mascara on my bottom lashes either, so this just kind of completes the look for me on the bottom. Sometimes too, what I like to do, and I'll do it right now as well, I'll also take the same color and I will kind of line my lid with it as well, kind of more, of course, as that eyeliner look too. And it's just powder, so it's not going anywhere. It's just more eyeshadow. And that's it. So shadow is now done. So that's it for that part. Now we are officially moving on. So now is the next part, which is highlight and contour. So we are going to do that. So this is something that I got in, I believe, the Boxy Charm box. This one I also got. This one I believe I got in the Ipsy box. This is a obviously highlight powder here. I use this all the time. I love this. I also use this one, and I also like this one. So I use both of these ones, and then I also use this guy, which is my bronzer. And then, or actually I don't normally use this one, but it's close enough to my bronzer, and I'm trying to use all of these products. So this one I'm going to try and attempt to use today. And then I didn't have anything that I've gotten recently for my blush. I gave the one that I got in one of my boxes to my family when they were in town away. So I'm going to use mine that I have just as my blush. So this is the rest of it. And then of course my mascara. So, and then lipstick. So that's going to be the end of this here. So let's get on to the highlighting contour. So this one actually came with a little kind of step-by-step what you can highlight and contour in the little package. I'm going to kind of do a combination of all of these things. I'm going to be kind of doing this one also with that bridge of the nose that I was telling you about where you highlight and contour, and then also kind of this one. So I'm kind of doing a mixture of all three of these things. So let's go ahead and get started. So I use this brush for my contour. So I'm just using, I honestly only use these two. I don't use the rest of this palette, so I'm just not that dark. So I'm just getting some of this color here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and you can kind of suck in like a fish. I know where the lines are supposed to go, but if you do this, it creates that line for you, but woo! I put too much color on my brush. Hold on. Sorry. Needed to fix my mistake there. Let's clean that brush off and let's start that again. Okay, just kidding. Now it's fine. Alright. So now that that's a little bit better, so you go ahead and you just put it in that crease line, and then you're going to smooth it out like I had done there. And I have makeup on, so it kind of stuck a little bit better, but it's okay because we're going to smooth it out as we go. We're going to do the same thing on that side. It's a little bit better how it's supposed to go on. Put some concealer on this little pimple, and now it's like, give me all your concealer, all your powder. Just wants to hold on to it for dear life. Okay, so now that we put that powder on, I'm going to put this brush down because it has too much of that powder on it. And I don't really normally use this powder because it's just normal powder. I like to shimmer in the sun like I am a vampire off of Twilight. So that one is a cool powder if you just want to be like a normal person, but I like to shimmer. So I will use this powder, this highlight powder, because it's very shimmery. So this is the one that I'll use next. I'll just show you here. But it is a very like shimmery white powder, and it comes up really pretty. So I'm going to use that one. But I use this little brush for it. But this one I will put, just going to get some stuff there. This one I will put in my T-zone. Make a little T, and then I'm going to make a little triangle here. This is where, if you look in pictures, like, notice where you're super oily. When you take a picture where you see, you're like, where, like, every time you're like, ooh, I'm super shiny there. That's where this is normally you're gonna put this. So you're gonna put this here, in this little really cool area. Gonna make it super pretty and shiny. You can't really see it in this lighting, but you can see as I move my head around, it's very shiny now. You're gonna travel this all the way down, because like I said, on the bridge of your nose. Ooh, I forgot. I said I would do this just a little bit. So I'm just gonna move this. There's a little bit of powder left still on this brush. I'm gonna do this just a little bit on each side of my nose. Just to contour just a little bit. Now I'm gonna take my powder guy again and go right down the bridge of my nose, because you want to highlight that sucker. That's also where you would see that oil if you were taking pictures. And then on that little cupid's bow right there, and then also right there is where you want to put it. And then the next place I put it is right in that area. You want to make another little triangle. Pretty much, I put this in this whole area, and then right on that cheekbone. You want to shimmer. There you go. And then sometimes, so now that is done for your highlighting contour. As you can tell, I mean, I think it looks good, but I still feel like I'm missing just a little bit of dimension. And that is where I bring in the bronzer and the blush. So the bronzer is what I would add next. And now this one, I might end up going and getting my bronzer. We're gonna see how this one does. I don't have a, oh, this is what, we're gonna try and use that. I don't know if I'm gonna like this brush. I'm using the new one that I got. All right, I guess it didn't work out as bad as I anticipated it to. Okay, and then the next step is the blush. Okay, and now the last step here that I have, oh, 2 steps. I have mascara and I have lip gloss. I'm going to use my handy dandy little mirror here and put on my mascara. Now, I've never used this mascara. Oh gosh, it looks very clumpy. We'll also see how this works out. Using all sorts of new products. Not bad. All right, get a little bit more on that wand right there. On that wand right there. Ha ha ha. Ha. And I got a little bit on my bottom lashes. It's alright though. Nothing that can't be fixed. Alright. That's it for the lashes. Lipstick! Okay, now I'm gonna put this lipstick on real quick. You just wait here real quick, okay? All right, and there you have it. So that's my makeup application. That's how you do it. So that was a whole lot of fun. I have not been doing my makeup as much as I've wanted to in the last little while. I have just been really lazy, and mostly what I've been doing has been going to work. So I really haven't had time, and I haven't really had the need to really do my makeup. So I just really haven't. But I really enjoyed that. So thank you very much for letting me do that for you guys. I'm really sorry that it's taken me a while to get these videos to you guys. But they're here. Here you go. Everything's here for you now. So I'm sorry that I won't be able to be doing the Boxy charm or the Ipsy for you anymore, but they will be coming back. It's just going to be a little bit of a time break for you guys. But I will be coming out with more videos. I do have some Lego videos in the work for you guys I just need to edit them and get them out to you. They just take so long to edit, and it's just me editing them, and I have a lot of work that I do, and then I come home and my timing is just way off right now. So I am in the works. They are coming out to you. Just stay tuned for those. I really hope you guys enjoyed these videos. Keep tuned. I'm going to have some videos of just some final makeup looks for you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys just stay tuned and just really keep watching. If you guys do know anybody that would like these videos, please just share these, subscribe, keep watching. I really do appreciate all you guys, all my fans. Thank you so much. Bye everybody.